Pirates Booty just updated their mascot. Did they walk the plank? I'm a professional illustrator and mascot designer, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents. So, full disclosure, I did work on a Pirates Booty project for a client several years ago, so I have a little bit of experience with the brand, but I'm not connected with it in any way right now. Now, the first thing I'll say is that, yeah, it did need to be updated. The mascot has always struck me as being kind of crude and almost childish. There's a lot of things wrong with it. It's crudely drawn. The eye patch is too small. The ears too high. The nose is a little off center. The cheekbones don't really line up on both sides of the head. That weird dimple chin thing looks kind of like a butt cheek. It's the parrot looks like it's all squishy, like it was made out of a blob of Play-Doh. It needs to be refreshed. Now, some people actually like this crude hand-drawn style. It's actually coming back in fashion now as people are pushing back against AI. Some people are trying to make their brands look more human, more hand-drawn, and a little more crude and rough. So, in some opinions, maybe this is not the right time to be running away from that direction towards something more polished. But I do think that something needed to be done. For example, the old design is so wonky, it would be difficult to bring it outside the logo and bring it to life. It'd be hard to turn it in 3 dimensions and have it still look accurate and look right. So they made the right choice in the sense of trying to refine the design so you'd have something that was more flexible, that you could pop it off the packaging and use it in animation or turn it into a toy or merchandise. It gives you a lot more flexibility if the design is cleaner and stronger. However, in this case, I think they went too far. They went so far away from the traditional look of the brand that they lose familiarity with the audience. When you've got the mom who's pushing her shopping cart full of 3 kids down the aisle, and she's just doing a real quick scan, looking for the brand that she likes, and this something this different, it kind of makes them do a double take or maybe not even notice it at all. Another problem is I think this design is too generic. It feels like a bland Disney knockoff to me. The proportions are just meh. They're just kind of average. They took away that long chin, the pointy nose, the wonky stuff that made him feel like a unique character, and now he just looks like kind of a guy in a costume. Which is maybe why some people are criticizing it and accusing it of being AI. They say they didn't draw it with AI, and I believe them, but what AI does is AI copies everything that's out there, and a lot of AI illustrations do tend to kind of have that generic average feel to them. And whoever the illustrator was on this package feels like they kind of got that same vibe. So I can see why people would confuse it with AI. So just for fun, I sat down and I thought I'd try my hand at a quick redraw and see if I could capture something that was a better balance of retaining the proportions of the old look, but yet also feeling fresh and new. I did a few things. I kept the pointed nose. I kept the longer chin, but I got rid of that really ugly line in the middle of the chin. I kept the pupil small with a lot of white around it because I think that gives him a little bit of a zany look. It kind of makes him feel crazy in a fun way, gives him more personality. I made the waist thinner so that his chest can still stay larger and have that triangle shape, but the design they have right now, it looks kind of frumpy, like it's just like a potato sack, and he's real skinny and lean, especially in his waist. So I wanted to try and keep that. I think it makes him look more angular, more energetic, and more strong. The parrot also, the new parrot they designed is really generic. I wanted to try and keep that bulbous nose, that those kind of lumpy eyebrows that he has. And again, I moved the eyes closer together, but I kept the little tiny dots of the eyes, the smaller pupils, and I wanted the head to flow into the body more. I don't like the look of just having a body with a head plopped on top of it. I like it. In this case, I want to keep the original look of the design, which is more just one shape instead of two shapes mushed together. So this is what I came up with really quick. I'm not saying this is perfect or even necessarily better, but I'd love to know what you think. Did Pirates Booty make a good decision or a bad decision? What would you have done different? Leave your thoughts below. And if you need a mascot for your company, check out my website at cedricstudio.com.